It's a quite now. It's not.
I want dick pics now. We're rolling.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
So, last time, it was the person Scott. What the fuck is that little asshole do?
So, welcome to hell. So we missed one recording because we did one without recording.
Yes.
If you want to get them up to date of what transpired and how you're going to screw us over so badly next time.
So last time on Dungeons and Dragons: The Curse of Strahd, our adventuring party succeeded in defeating the giant bats and rescuing the town of Imol from the zombies in the mist. Having completed all of their tasks in the town of Imol, it was suggested that they travel on to Oreshno, about 2 days, a day by horse, 2 days on foot to the north, and stay at the Hare and Air Inn. Upon your arrival, you were warmly greeted and went in and turned in for the night. As you awaken, you smell kind of wet wood all around you. And as you open your eyes, you realize that the inn that you were staying in is no longer there. It's just a old, moldy ruin of a building.
My bad, I sneezed and I teleported everybody.
That's too sweet.
Goddamn Eladrin, am I right? So, what?
Well, I guess we can do an environment check to see where in the hell are we.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
Nice check first.
She isn't ready! Shane!
You can see the face on his face.
Interesting.
5.
5. You wake up
She takes up.
I don't know if I knew that.
and notice that you are in a rotted out inn. Would you like to also make a survival check?
You have our
Sure.
character sheets?
Probably someone.
We can just write in our hands this time.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Because y'all are going to be leveling up again.
Okay, so my additions are your skills.
Alright. Brian, your survival skill is +3, so you rolled an 8.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up and notice that you are in a rotted out ruins of an inn.
Okay.
What did you roll?
I'll tell you now. I did not roll because there was 6.
Okay. Carrie, do you want to roll 2?
Mm-hmm.
You have +5 to survival.
Oh, okay. 21.
Yeah.
So 11.
14. So, you wake up and realize that you are in a rotted out remains of an inn. You guys also realize that. However, it's the same inn. The layout's the exact same. You recognize a few of the remains of some old decor. It fits what you remember, only much, much older and rotted. So what do you do? While you're discussing this, I'm going to grab the character sheets, because I'm not going to keep switching back and forth in my app for that.
Thank you. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you. It's Pomeranian sneezes. It does. That's like that cat in that video. I just keep seeing that.
Once we get up and look around the inn, see what we can find.
This is where we start running.
Is there like a main part of the inn, or are we just like in the back of the room?
You're in your rooms.
I guess we can come out and explore.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I was actually about to ask if we could do that.
Absolutely.
See, I'm learning.
Time out. Where's the music?
God, Rainy.
Sorry.
Got a 17.
So spoiled.
Your fault.
You did this to me. You started this.
Also,
Our
I bet you.
DM/DJ.
Also, I bet you if me and Chris each splash one city, we'll get at least 2 more views.
That fat herniated ass. So, would you roll for your perception checks?
18.
18?
I have 17.
17? You're,
Did you roll? 4.
4 plus 4.
Have a 4.
okay, so,
Uh-huh.
looking around, you remember that you came through it was later in the evening, so it was a closed town, but it was much more, it felt alive, and now nothing. Not a peep. Not even the sound of a rat or a crow or anything. Looking around, you see the road back to Imol, shrouded in mists, and a signpost with the sign that says Barovia, leading the other way. There's no mist on that road.
Well, obviously something wants us to head to Barovia.
Well, we're turning around. I was like, well, we're turning around.
And so ends our epic.
They walk into the mist and they all die. Yeah.
Because so far Ethel was a little bitch.
Oh wait, I was supposed to roll a suit with my mood and stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of being a little bitch.
It's a possibility.
You also notice that your snake lady companion is gone.
She's just nasty.
No, she's not there.
Just slip away that little bit.
She's like, bitch, you
I am number 2. 2 is, oh god.
You're emo, aren't you?
Yep. 2 is return. Time to survive. Beware, I might kill you all.
Also, I can't believe you're a Slytherin, by the way. I couldn't get over that. You're the embodiment of fucking Hufflepuff.
So,
I did the little test online for the
Pottermore?
Yeah, Pottermore, and I was Slytherin.
so you're in the empty ghost town. There's one road leading out and one road shrouded in mist back the way you came. What will we do?
Let's head out.
Okay. So, let's do, why don't you arrange yourselves in kind of marching order, just on the board. So, staying on the road continues kind of uneventfully for about 3 hours. Cold weather, lots of dead trees. Occasionally you'll hear a crow or a wolf howl way off in the distance. Nothing too close. What's y'all's passive perception? Should say underneath your skills, I think. Let me see yours. Yeah, passive wisdom. Underneath your skills and
Oh, okay. It's over.
15.
down,
Oh, 13.
13, 15.
14.
Okay, get everybody to roll a perception check.
4.
Yay.
You hear a snap off in the woods. And you begin to hear some voices kind of muttering to themselves.
Okay, I can turn into a bear. I'm gonna go towards it.
Okay.
What's that
Okay.
noise?
Okay.
You're like, oh, I didn't expect that.
Oh, Coochie. So you're a bear. Let's use this as your bear. What are y'all? So you're following Coochie?
Yeah, let's go see what's up. Obviously, she's heard something we didn't, so it was like, what the hell's gotten on her skin?
Follow that bear.
Basically.
Alright. You're moving stealthily. Are you charging blindly in the woods?
Run your back.
I'm still a cat, so I will be stealthy about this.
Okay.
I'm still being careful.
Stealthy grizzly bear. Got it.
Are you transforming now, or are you waiting to transform?
I'm transforming now.
Okay, sorry. No, just stop.
So let me get a stealth check from you.
5, so 11.
11?
Mhm.
Okay. You, as far as you can tell, you are moving silently. Nope. Are you trying to move stealthily?
Oh, yeah, we're stealthily following her.
Okay. Then roll stealth check.
I should be the one to hit that one.
Make another try.
And add your stealth skill if you have it.
2. Oh, 16.
Yeah.
So 18.
Plus 4.
So as far as you guys can tell, y'all are moving silently. You come upon a group of 6 humans. Weapons aren't drawn. They seem to be looking and searching. They're calling out. Where is he? We haven't seen Belvon in weeks. It's been days since. It's been days since he's supposed to have left. He should have been back by now. They don't agree. What do you do?
I hang back and just listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was supposed to deliver a letter, then turn around and come back. He should have been back days ago.
Who was that?
Make a history check. Are you trying to recall what they just said? Make a history check. Low DC. Delvar is the name they were talking about.
Wasn't Delvar with us?
I'm sorry. Dalvan and no.
So we don't know this one.
We don't know.
This is fresh.
I guess we approach the guys.
With the stealthy bear?
Well, no, she's gonna have to hang back.
Or like go in front of her. And just be like, because if she comes first, they might draw weapons.
Ride me.
Yeah, we can ride her.
Oh, Coochie.
Just
An
go
angel
walk.
and an
Just-
elf riding a bear.
Right.
We come in peace.
Right.
You're stealthy
I don't
bear.
want it.
Like, what are you doing? No, not just your local stealthy bear right
So
now.
you're revealing yourselves to the group of people?
Yeah.
They must
We gotta
be-
figure out what's going on.
You're clearing, you come into, so you emerge from the bushes, riding a bear, to see 6 humans. From the look of things, armed with bows and swords and torches,
It was there, harmless.
they see
There.
a giant bear and immediately draw their weapons.
Uh,
But immediately, upon seeing the ASMR and the elf riding the bear,
Wait a minute.
what be ye? What be ye? Speak plainly.
We heard you guys wrestling. We were trying to see what's going on. We're
Who
just
are you?
travelers? We're traveling through.
Traveling through. Don't get many travelers here in Barovia.
That's what we're here.
Well, through the
I forgot what the main quest was.
we're going on a quest to find the guy in the castle who invited me to dinner.
Stranger danger date.
Stranger danger.
Make a history check.
Mm-hmm.
Strange danger.
Low DC. Strahd von Zerovic, Lord of Barovia.
I'm gonna remember
So, she was requested by the Lord of Barovia for dinner, so we were escorting her to the castle.
Are you fools? You know what Strahd's name is around these parts?
What?
The devil.
why. Well, I mean, I kind of
He
think
doesn't invite guests to dinner. He invites them for dinner.
See, I told you. Stranger.
That's what old Devon was planning to do. Put a message out to seek any help that maybe he had in the Outlands.
Well, if he's causing problems, then
Where the hope?
we can help.
With persuasion check. I'll put him on set for time.
I can't. I'm a bear.
You can certainly try.
Grab it and just like that.
9.
Just
You go. You go back to Coochie. They're the 6 rangers are kind of holding their bows at the 2 of them, but
Uncle?
what kind of being be ye? We don't see many of your kind here. You know, like what? They've never seen an ASMR before.
Oh.
How would you describe it?
I have wings.
Technically, you don't have them out all the time.
I bust them out to show them. Oh, okay, no. I'll put them back.
Wait, do what we're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like if they were truly a threat to us, we'd be dead already.
Your computer went off, by the way.
Just a screen.
Okay.
It should still be recording.
If you'll help us find
Yeah.
the other
How's
one,
that light?
we'll lead you to our town and we'll make sure you're taken care of.
Okay.
Being alarmed, we're
Just here to help.
Okay. So, let's get back on the road. He was supposed to leave the message on the gates to Barovia. It's about an hour and a half up the road from here.
Faster by bear, probably.
Could be. Could be, but you got the 6 other people with you.
Yeah. So you have to walk.
You want
at
all
their
them
pace.
on?
No, that's okay.
It's a different game now.
Unless they got a cart, we can strap the wagon to you.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, they are on foot.
Well,
Me
first-
walking.
Alright, so back on the road. Traveling for another hour and a half or so. Let me get perception checks from everyone.
This is 9.
17.
16.
So,
23 for me.
23?
15.
13?
19.
19? Are you still in bear form?
Yes.
You should be able to maintain it for another probably half hour.
Okay.
So, as you're on the road, Coochie is still lumbering along as a giant grizzly bear. You begin to catch some weird funk in the air. What you gonna do?
Can I do another perception check or? See what's
You
up?
can.
3. God damn it. So 8.
8.
My bad, I farted.
Okay.
Go. This one.
So, fowls, you're gonna follow what you said? The foul scent. Yeah, let's start. So, towering trees whose tops are lost in the heavy gray mist block out all but a deathly gray light. Tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. The scouts that are accompanying you kind of band a little closer together, closer behind the giant grizzly bear that seems to have her shit together. You, Coochie, in your bear form, catch foul, almost dead scent in the air. And as you begin to follow it, search around about 15 feet off the road, you find a body. Human corpse, half buried in the underbrush. It's a young man, looks like a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, and it is surrounded by paw prints. It's like he's been dead for several days, and he holds a crumpled envelope in one hand. Are you gonna grab it?
Yes.
You're a bear.
Give it.
Well, I can't do one thing more like
We're all looking at like this. Well, can we break this down?
Also, nice touch.
I've been watching Critical Role and getting tips from Matthew Mercer. You
I'm trying to like
You
so
can read it.
everyone can see.
read it aloud.
Ow.
As you're opening up the letter, one of the scouts is like, "Oh, you saints forsake us. That's old Dalvin, all right. I recognize that smock anywhere." They just slowly take off their caps in mourning as you want to read out the letter.
Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Kolyana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her.
You want me to read it?
Languages. Yeah, I have shitty languages.
Me too, so
I mean, you should see what's in the book. It's like, I had trouble translating it.
she languishes from her wounds, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth. There's much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows. If please,
I've got it here. If thou shalt but answer my desperate plea.
If thou shalt answer my desperate plea, come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be done.
That was at this. It's now been 2 hours to shapeshift back into a device.
I bet you probably freaked them out a little.
Yeah, you.
Pretty much.
Because they're already mourning, and then
They're-
they see you turn from.
They don't see the shapeshift. They just turn around and the bear is gone, and there's a bipedal white tiger holding a sickle now. And they're confused, but that's the least terrifying thing we've seen today. Off in the distance, you hear. Let me get a perception check from everybody.
Quick mark to look up and just see her holding a stick on the desk. You're late!
Are you really?
15.
17.
Golly.
Oh! 3 plus 3, 6.
This howl seems much closer than the first two.
Oh!
Well, that definitely gets my attention.
The rangers begin to look around, terrified,
It's the wolves that's
We're gonna have
been-
to
as 5
before they pin him out.
wolves, enormous wolves, appear out of the mists. And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Yay! We're all gonna die!
Damn, I'm gonna die.
What's your initiative? 2
Wait,
plus
add your initiative modifier, so add your dexterity.
15,
16.
I can't find it.
So
I'm afraid.
19.
2, so it's 4.
It's okay, baby. I got you.
Wait,
So I'm
19.
called by you guys. You live closer.
Would roll?
4.
Dun dun dun.
I'm certain again!
In a panic, who's that? Scout number 2. The scouts all begin shouting. One of the men yells, "Turtle, take him down!" And he turns to target. Where is it?
I was gonna say, you're gonna mark that with the pin.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I put it down.
Well, it wouldn't really matter at this point anyway, because the world's changing at the end of this.
Yeah, we have to go in one book this time.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna make it.
Alright,
No work for you.
so-
And that.
The first soldier or ranger scout, Tural, whips out his longbow and targets the one on the rock ridge and fires. It's 9, 13, and misses with his first shot. Fires again. It hits for 5 damage. It hits the dire wolf. Dire wolf that's over here by the bushes is going to move forward. And make a bite attack on Silvar.
No.
What's your armor class?
I think it was 14, so I think you actually.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you did.
That's 54, 7, 8, 11 damage.
Damn
Yes,
it.
indeed.
Puts me down to like 1 hit from you.
Well, your turn.
They're not fun. There's a vulnerable.
So,
anything that's not a cantrip will be cast. Any magic that's not a cantrip will be cast at disadvantage because you are having to do mixed somatic components at melee range.
well, at the moment, I can't really even do much. So I figured if I can use False Life and gain back some temporary hit points,
Okay.
that doesn't really. Well, for the duration, what it means, just the duration of the whole attack or just the turn?
How long? What's the spell duration?
Time is 1 day.
One act. So it's one action to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
will.
just self duration's 1 hour.
So that will trigger an attack of opportunity. Or you can take the disengage action, not attack, but you can skedaddle.
I think I'm gonna say.
Okay, so you take the disengage action, and you can move up to your movement, and you can not provoke any attacks of opportunity.
I'm just gonna go right up between here for now.
Okay. You do that. My leg! Coochie.
Okay. Can I go ahead and use the spell Speak with Animals?
You can certainly try. So you cast the spell, make an animal handling check. See if it works.
9.
9? Who do you use it on?
Animal.
This one?
That's okay.
No change in demeanor whatsoever. So mark off a spell slot. That was your action. You can do a bonus action if you want.
Just pull up my support.
Okay. You do that. Alright. Next scout, Alec, will shoot at the one that just came up a whole lot closer. Yeah. Completely whiffs. Second attack. Terrified. And completely misses. Then takes out his sword and is like, you new folk are our only hope. And goes in to engage directly. But that's his turn. Bringing us to the wolf on the ridge. It's going to rush in, make a bite attack on that scout. And does, so chomps in, dealing some fairly decent damage to Marta. Okay. Marta, who was just bitten, is going to pull out her short sword and get to stabbing. And hits for the first one. And then
I was trying to do.
Stabs again with the second one. Bring us to the main direwolf, who will see that foolish guard ranger rush into battle, and will make a bite. And wolves being wolves, they know how to hunt in a pack. So he has advantage on the roll. So that's a 23 and a 10, so 23 will definitely hit. Dealing. What is that? So you see the big alpha wolf just charge in and take a huge bite into Alex's arm and just clamp down on his sword arm. Bringing us to Kala over here, who sees all this going down, but also sees the one that's right next to her, and draws her short sword and runs up because she's way too close to use bow. First attack hits. And then second attack. Second attack whips. Alright, first direwolf 4 sees an opening and will make a bite attack on Layla. And does not hit. You manage to just barely get your mace in the way as he chomps down.
Welcome to Donuts and Diabetes, by the way.
Direwolf 3 will engage with, who is that? With Kala, or Kayla, and will hit with his bite attack. So biting down and just ripping into her, not her sword arm, but her offhand.
Are we about to use this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
It's good.
Just dancing to the music.
No, she says to the cookie.
That too, but she dances to the music.
You're right. You've got a direwolf right behind you.
I'm gonna go after that one because he obviously needs help, but I gotta help myself first before I can help you.
You do you. I'm just giving you the information.
I'll use guiding bolt.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna have to cross it out after.
You can use it again. You just need to mark off the spell slot.
Use guiding
Okay. So roll to hit.
bolt. Yeah.
We'll be at disadvantage because you are at melee range with him. So roll twice to take the second number, take the lower number, or you can back up, which provokes an attack of opportunity, but you can roll at full strength.
But if I back up this dude,
Well, you wouldn't back up into him. You would have to
it's like a side step.
sidestep. It'll still provoke an attack of opportunity, but you might not get hit.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll take turns.
Okay. You're fine.
Okay.
You're totally fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I would recommend going like that. A little bit more, a little there.
I just circled him a little bit just
Yeah.
to make sure.
It's kind of like you got to juke. You got to juke. All right. So guiding bolt. Roll hit.
13.
13 plus your spell attack modifier.
That would be on this.
Yes.
6.
Oh yeah, that hits. Roll damage. Let me look up what guiding
No.
damage does.
Reading.
Roll 4d6.
So it wasn't that.
The cube. Well, 4 cubes.
Let's go your cubes. Take your cube too. 4, a 1, a
So 10, 11, 14 against Direwolf 4.
Yeah.
Mine is mostly blue.
So you take your mace, pull it out of the direwolf's mouth that you used to block his bite. As he's doing that, he's distracted. You use his distraction to get away a little bit, and you level the mace at him, and just a divine light just shoots forth, blasting him. And he is now lit up like Christmas. Any attacks made against him will be made at advantage.
Yes.
Bringing us to scout number 5, Laszlo. Where's Laszlo? Where's Laszlo? He sees the now lit up direwolf and moves a little bit and moves into position to get with the stabbies. So Laszlo stabs, going to do it twice. Advantage. First attack misses. Second attack is glad he has advantage. Wait. Okay, on the left side. So first attack misses. Second attack hits. Or so first attack misses. Second attack stabs right into the direwolf's side. He goes. He's still holding on, but he's angry now. And then lastly, Ivana. Who's this one? This one. It's going to rush in to here.
Yes, me.
So he gives her advantage because he's flanking. So she now gets advantage on the roll. First attack with her short sword hits. Second attack also hits.
Oh.
Second attack hits. So you see her just go in like almost a storm of blades, just slashing and hacking at this direwolf. You see her just whacking. They're connecting. They're doing damage, but they are enormous and angry beasts. Bring us back up to the top of the round. Tural, who watched the direwolf charge at him, is going to run around to the side behind to gain a flanking bonus on direwolf 5. So he gets to make his attacks at advantage. First attack hits. Trying to do math. Second attack also hits.
Another solicitor.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Ah.
Second attack also hits. There's another flurry of slashes and hacks against this direwolf, and he's starting to breathe heavy. He's definitely feeling some damage. Bringing us up to direwolf number 2, who gains advantage on him because of his pack hunting skills. That's a hit. As you turn and watch, you see this direwolf just tear into Alec, just ripping him to shreds. And he did.
Oh.
Silvar, you're up. What do you do?
Stop the bleeding!
No more bloodshed.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to move. Oh. I'm going to move behind you temporarily.
Only because of shield.
Just to, I'm going to do the
He's a glass cannon.
basic. I'm going to go ahead and use False Life to try to gain some hit points back.
Okay.
That one will require this spot.
So roll 1d4 and add 4 to it.
What's the 1d4.
So the pyramid, add 4 to it. So 5 hit points.
That
Mark
was
that
it.
in your temporary hit
I
points
said I had a question.
area.
I just like to make to do things.
So
that
next
make
time you
it
get hit, it'll take it off of that as opposed to your normal hit points.
I have a total of 6.
Well, you still technically only have 1 hit point left. It's more like a shield. Okay. Coochie, you're up. Is that your turn? Anything else?
Yeah. There's really not much I can do right now.
Okay.
I just need to gain life.
For this turn, I can transform again.
Yes, you can do that as a bonus action. So
Okay.
yes, and then you can attack with it.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bear up again.
Bear with us now. Let me find.
Here,
I got one.
stand.
No, I've got a large size thing.
Oh. I still need to print out a bear.
You gotta go with the bears thing.
Yeah, I found a gummy bear.
That too.
That'll work.
I was gonna say, like,
Okay, do you need the stat sheet for the bear?
Yes.
barely.
Brother.
And I'm going to.
It's just attack.
I'm gonna go ahead and use attack that one right there. I'm gonna use bite.
Okay.
Because we don't like him.
So move into position and then do that.
No.
Okay, so roll hit.
Alright. $16.
That'll hit. So
That's a
you can
bomb.
add something to that, but you don't need to because that hits.
Okay.
Alright, so roll your damage.
Okay. I use.
Let's see what
I
it
think
says.
it's-
So bite is D8, 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
And you actually have multi-attack as a brown bear, so you can bite and then claw.
Okay. Oh, is he okay?
Yeah, she's.
Oh goodness.
That's about it.
Yeah.
You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. She's got a nerve. A raw nerve that she licks and sets that off.
Where's the nerve?
Somewhere on her back. The vet has yet to find it.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah,
she can
I was gonna
absolutely
say.
find it.
That can't find it, but
Maybe.
you got bit?
Alright, so 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
So 10 damage against number 4. So So you rear up and then just chomp forward onto the spine of this behemoth wolf. He's still standing. You got one more attack. You can claw.
Okay, I'll go ahead and claw him.
All right, so roll a hit.
Side question. How do I use the medicine skill?
Give me a second. Where's that? So as a 6, add your plus. You should have a plus on there.
Plus, 4, so 10.
10.
Mhm.
So as you're biting it, unfortunately, you just can't get purchase with your claws. He's just writhing and just kind of glancing off of his hairs. So he's definitely hurting. You're definitely you can feel him breathing a lot heavier under you, but he's still alive. Alrighty, bringing us to scout number 6. Alec is going to make death saving throws. Okay.
Are you going to read this book back?
Not yet. Direwolf 5. Is while harried on both sides is going to bite forward against Marta. And will hit. He just lunges forward and chomps down and just starts slashing into Marta. Actually, Lisa don't get that stuff first. She gave. Alright, that was Marta's good. Direwolf 1 is going to turn against Ivana and will miss completely. So he lunges forward to chomp at her, and she just manages to barely scooch out of the way. Kala is going to stab yet again. First attack hits. Start with 3. Second attack, nat 20. So the second attack buries it right in the shoulder blade, just barely misses the spine. That would just kill him outright. He's still alive, but he is howling in pain now. Bringing us to Direwolf 4, who is going to ignore the smaller tasty morsel and go after Coochie, the giant bear that's trying to eat him. What's your armor class as a bear?
Oh, make sure. Normally it's 15.
I think as a bear it might actually be less, because they're big.
11.
11?
Mm-hmm.
Just barely manages to bite into you. You take 12 damage in your bear form.
Okay.
So you have a total of 34 hit points as a bear.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just mark off somewhere on your character sheet 34 minus 12. Once you run out of hit points as a bear, you transform back. Any leftover damage hits you as your normal form.
Okay.
So it just carries over. So 4, Direwolf 3 is going to, in a fit of rage, bite back at Kala and manages to land his hits. Just in a fit of utter savagery, just rips into Kala, killing her. Layla. Okay.
I don't know if I can have all of them.
What you got?
I'm trying to figure out something to stop the death, but then I feel like if I do, I feel like spare the dying. They're just gonna kill him again and again and again. Yeah.
Spare the Die is more for a fellow human or fellow player adventurer as opposed to an NPC. You can certainly use them on them, but these are kind of like cannon fodder for NPCs.
So don't worry about the
Metagaming, they don't worry too much.
computer. Don't worry about the computer, basically.
Yeah, don't worry about the computer. This is not an escort mission.
Okay.
They were escorting you.
That answers pretty much my questions of saving their lives.
Okay.
They'll be alright. It was their time. What?
I mean, she's not wrong.
But he spared the dying.
Yes. Yes.
What about aid?
So let me see.
Because he's pretty low.
I think what aid does. That's a second level spell. You don't have access to those.
Okay. There's healing word, but it heals one living creature.
So.
Yeah. Yay!
So what is your healing word? What is your magical word?
You're not gonna die today.
All right. Let me see the spell I need to figure out what you have to roll. Okay. So your healing word.
Not today. Not today, evil.
Roll 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier.
4.
So you heal 7 hit points. Hey!
Hola.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me just move my
Brian, Dara, Misty, this is Heather's aunt.
Hello. Hey, that's
Andy.
gentlemen and ladies. Is that your giant cat?
Yes, it is. That is
Boo. You don't remember Boo? I've never seen Boo. You Oh no, you've never met Boo. Never met Boo. He's actually very sweet. You can bend down and pet him. He's just stupid. Like that's okay. I'm really stupid. He's
That might be wise, right? Oh. Compare has really bad teacher. Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Very nice. Yes. We got this. Yeah, she had a really bad seizure, and when I tried to stop her, she. Yeah, I did.
Why did you stop her?
Because normally when I just touch her back, she stops. Because apparently I think I'm a witch doctor or something. Thanks for coming back. Okay. So you healed Silvar for 7 hit points.
They probably saw that.
Yes.
Oh. She's a healer. She must go first. Just saying.
Wait, that's a bonus action, so you can still attack.
Okay. Boo, I have to wear boots.
So you can whack,
So
run
when
up
I
and
use-
whack him with a mace.
Oh,
You can only cast one spell. So mark off also that you used another spell. Healing Word's a spell. We also think she's got a raw nerve.
We think, they actually, it's induced by acting for what she's doing, so we noticed that it only happens.
So running up and hitting Firewall 4 will be hit at advantage because he is flanked on 2 sides. Okay.
So we think that's.
So run up and roll a d20.
It'll even happen sometimes if she's laying down and I can pick her up.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta be touching. You gotta be in melee.
It doesn't happen every time. But it's happened.
8. You have advantage, so roll again.
So.
Take the higher number.
I'll take you that.
That 20. Roll your. So what is the miss? So roll a d6 to roll your cube.
And obviously she doesn't.
2, 4. It's doubled, so 4, and then you add your strength modifier, so there's no 2. So 6 damage. To Darwin's 4.
And if she falls off something.
So as you rear back and just backhand the direwolf across the head, you hear it's a crunch.
He did?
He did.
He did.
One down, positive.
Oh, damn.
Alright. Brings us to Laszlo, seeing
My dialogue. I hope you guys
his work
see
done here. He's going to turn around, pull his longbow, and fire at the 5th direwolf.
She can't see her here.
No,
Not quite.
I know.
Clearly misses with the first shot.
I'm gonna
Fires
clear, but also
again.
look at her.
And just
in a heartbeat.
misses again.
Because
And then Ivana will stab, stab, stab. And hits with the first hit.
You changed it.
And then we'll miss with the second hit. So stabs just across his shoulder, or slices just across his shoulder. You see some blood come out, tries to stab into the same wound again and misses. Bring us back up to Tiral, who's stabbing Direwolf 5. And hits for some damage.
I feel your pain. Yes.
And manages to stab him right in the spine and takes him down. Pulls out his longbow to shoot at this one. And hits. First longbow hit of the night. So pulls back and catches him right at the base of the neck. He starts to go down, but he just barely manages to hold himself up, and he looks really rough.
which one?
This one. This brings us to Direwolf 2, who's going to bound past, just over the dead body, and will attack Ivana with advantage, and hits. Bring us to Silvar.
Alright, so I'm pissed off because of the attack. And I'm in a fiery mood. So, yes. I am going to get within range at least.
Okay.
Because I want to use Use fire bolt.
Okay. Who are you hitting?
Hmm?
Who are you attacking?
I was going to attack you through.
Okay.
And
Okay. So you start
Turn around and
the incantation and roll damage.
wait a second.
Roll your damage.
It's 1d10. This one.
The next one. Yes. So you almost had some trouble containing the fire, the explosion, and then you clamp down, and then you go to release it, and it just gets about 2 feet in front of you and just blasts you back. You're knocked prone, and you take 3 damage. You're still alive. You're just singed and knocked on your back.
Well, at least it didn't do physical damage. I still have the.
Oh yeah, this is okay.
It just
For most appreciated.
took out most of the shield.
Alright, Kushi.
I'm going to
Turn around. And I'm gonna attack this one.
Okay. That will be at advantage because it is flanked.
Okay.
So roll twice, take the higher number.
D20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, not that one. Not that one. And then
6 plus what?
plus
For your bite attack.
my attack is 4.
So unfortunately 10 will
No,
not
I
hit.
completely forgot you're still there.
So you go to bite into him and just completely miss. You still have your claw attack.
Okay. 17.
Alright, so roll again because you might get a 20.
Mm-hmm.
So that first roll is really not.
Okay.
So you slice into him and it does connect into his shoulder. Roll damage. So D8 plus something other. Yeah, it gives him 5 plus
4.
so 9 damage to D2. So this is the first attack this animal has taken this entire battle. So you just draw first blood on it, just slice down his backside. Typical Mister. Right.
Just like start slowing down as you.
Bring us to.
No.
Yeah, he's still focused on him, so he just caresses people. Bring us to Darrell 1, who's going to bite into
Big
Ivana.
beat down.
And will hit. Or. More than enough damage.
No.
What?
Nothing.
I have got to pee so bad, and I've peed about 1,000 times today. I'm sick of peeing.
Pregnancy problem.
That will not be on air.
We're live streaming now, honey.
Well, it's recording. It's not live.
Dear.
That will probably be.
Alright, bring us to those Gucci, Darrell 4. Layla. Because everybody else in the Trinity is dead.
Yeah.
So you're up. You're up, Slugger.
I mean, can I even like have to heal you because you're not
No,
dead?
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not
fine.
dead. I'm fine. I
He's
just
just
knocked
knocked
myself.
over.
It's just laying down.
You look so sad.
Hey, you're right.
You can help me up, but
Yeah, but wouldn't that like
You would use your action to help him up.
you'd be alright? No, they can't even. They're not even
stand-
like.
Picking yourself up just costs half your movement speed.
They're not even looking at you right now. At this
Yeah.
point.
no, I'm sitting here on my back with like freaking Sunday dinner with this one over here just probably gonna come for me.
No.
You don't know that.
Don't put the things. Okay. How's the explanation?
He has taken 1 damage to the butt.
Okay.
1 claw attack to the butt.
So he's pretty much feeling it.
Oh, he's hurting. He's hurting something fierce.
I'm gonna get him.
Okay. How are we gonna do that?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
You're here.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm here.
So, what's your movement speed? Below there.
30.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I mean, I didn't want to get that close.
30.
Like,
You can get to here.
I was just
This
gonna
would
stay
be as much
behind
as
the
you-
line.
Okay. So
I mean, it's close enough to make a hit, but
You can-
far enough.
You can do a ranged attack.
Because I was thinking about spare fire. Wait, spare flame.
Sacred flame.
Okay, so yeah, that
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
from this distance, though.
What's the range?
It's like 60.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You can fly. You can fly. Do it in that
I can just stay
direction.
right there. Cool. Gonna do that.
Let me just make sure. Okay. Alright,
Because I
roll a
wanted
hit.
to see it coming, but
12 plus what?
6.
Okay. What does that do?
Oh, one creature. Oh wait, one creature saved.
So he has to save against it. What's the book?
Don't save. Don't save. Don't save.
One creature save or 1d8 radiant damage. No bonus will cover or save.
Okay, so if he makes the roll, he takes no damage. If he fails the roll, then he takes apparently a lot of damage. When he okay. So what is your spell save DC? Just at the top of the page.
14.
14. 16. He does.
You bastard.
So you level your mace at him and just send a divine blast at him, and he catches it full force, but he just stares at you,
Damn.
blinking, and starts to
Yeah.
grin.
Nah, he liked it.
All right, bring us to
He wanted it.
Laszlo, who will fire at him following your lead,
Yeah, take the heat off.
and will miss with the first hit.
Oh.
Goes back a second, and lost her, just going out his progress.
That one.
Mm.
You had only one job!
When I get in front of him after my turn, it's
I'm just on the ground, be like,
he's gonna be the next to die.
So he's up next. He's going to longbow. He's going to try to bring him down.
Longsword.
I'm sitting on the floor in the back, like, come on, man, you only one job! You broke the bow!
Both miss.
Y'all deserve this. I'm just kidding. It's so hard.
Level 2 is going to turn on the giant bear and make his attack. Nope. But he has advantage because he's got an ally within 5 feet. Hits for. You take 10 damage. Okay. Come on.
Okay, so, obviously I'm going to stand up. Takes a minute.
Yeah, just for that turn.
So instead of 30, 15. I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
I'm going to fireball.
Okay, roll hit.
17.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
And
Who are you hitting?
D3.
Okay.
1d10. And the d10 is
That. 10.
that's
That's
10.
10. That's 10.
Oh, I'm
I'm
saying.
going to say 0?
You literally needed 1 to land a hit, and you roll a 0. Yeah, no. You blast him into oblivion.
Keep going.
All right,
So he can't get me back.
Anybody want barbecue wolf?
Big Bear.
Fly.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, bury you piece of trash.
So you go.
I'm going to try to attempt to
Fight and claw. All right. Roll a hit.
So
Well, technically, it would be a spine because he actually turned around to hit you, so you'll have to face the face.
Yeah. I mean,
I
Flavor
can eat
text.
his face.
Turn around and shoot that.
I mean, I can pretend I'm on bath salts and just go for his face.
Oh, his face off.
And then
Hey, might make him go blind. Go for the eyes.
that unfortunately does not hit you. Nom his
yeah.
ear a little bit. All right. Scratch that.
Any of the sinners that are comfortable using because the things you can do with the
11 plus
4, so 15.
15. That'll hit. Roll damage.
So some people might not be comfortable.
7.
Plus
But
4.
4. That's
11.
11. Yeah.
yeah,
I have never seen
and
that.
this one has little scrolls on it. And the way that it works,
Okay. So
these are all adjustable.
you scratch him across, just
They
reach over and just rake down his spine towards his head.
Because you just want to more.
He's hurting. He's not feeling it yet. Bring us to Big Man. He's fewer targets. Is going to bowl past the dead bodies.
I'm sorry, he's slowly.
I'm back
To the high good.
He's got advantage.
By the way, secret.
18.
Well, he uses
18 to hit.
Okay.
What's your armor class as a bear? 11. Yeah, that hits. You take 12 damage. Nope, your bear is out of the game.
There.
So what was your hit points that you were at?
I had 22.
Left?
What do you have? What do you have?
Oh, left, I would have had 4 minutes. 2.
Right, let's say you take additional. What hit points do you have as your regular self? 32. You're at, let's just say, 10.
Bear.
As a capacity.
Okay.
Okay. It's his turn, Layla.
They range anywhere from
I didn't want to go after him until this one died, but I mean, he's pretty much about to come get you.
Has
And
one
they're
got her.
Yeah, and they're in packs, so he gets advantage. And yeah,
Well, with him right now, focused on her. If you go
I
after
know, I'll
her,
get advantage.
you're just-
But I'll
You would have to reposition yourself so that he's not, so that he does not have legs. So, yeah.
okay, I'm about to say that because
So right about there, you gain your
light.
I think that just emits bright light.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say that. That would
And it's like noon. It's cloudy. It's overcast, but it's noon.
That makes him a big bright target.
when I come to you, no.
This makes it really dark.
Yeah.
I say use one more. But it'll be worth it. But it'll be my last spell. How many spells?
How many spells do you get?
This will be my last one.
Kind of depends on your class. So you choose I need to look at it.
Okay.
You can choose every day. You guys prepare new spells every day,
Okay.
so you can select. I just need to look.
Am I too close? Well, I think she's too close for Thunderwave, right?
Some people find them too
Yes.
bulky to use.
She would be caught. You would have to use Thunderwave. It's a 15-foot cube, so you would need to be like.
But I can't move that far because I only have so much. Right here.
Yeah, right, we're going out, if we're taking a review or something like that.
Ah,
We're mainly gonna use those at home.
You have a crossbow.
to help
We
just
don't.
cut costs.
more.
Okay.
More damage.
You do.
I use Secret Flame again.
So I have to save
In a better range, I'll use Thunder.
15 saves. So Mark, is that a cantrip or a spell? Okay. All right. So that's your turn.
Yes. Second time you
And,
say.
Laszlo, who no longer has a bow, but he does have a sword, so he's gonna run around to flank, push his creatures out of the way, and attack with advantage.
Dump it in the washing machine.
First attack hits for
We get a chance back a little bit. So just
She used to the whole time. Her baby's 2 now. He doesn't stay still long enough for her to be with the 45 years, so she has to go to the school. She used
second attack slashes and misses.
definitely.
First attack did do
The
significant
only
damage.
time we can't use them is
Going back to Turol, he's going to draw
and then he's got
his longbow and fire twice
the
at
creams,
D2.
ruined diapers.
First attack hits, second attack also hits. So okay. The 2 arrows just lance into either side of his head, and he goes down, but just barely manages to pick himself up. He's looking really hurt.
He's looking hurt.
Alright, bring us to Direwolf 2, who turns around to hit the guy right behind him, thinking him to be the easier meal than the white tiger person. Hits for and just chomps into Laszlo. He's still alive, but he's looking rough too. Right, Silvar.
Okay, so his attention is turned. I'm going to
Randomly appearing die on the way. Strangely shaped rock.
Okay, here's the
Listen,
I'm going to fire this.
Okay.
For how many years you know it's not fake.
I know.
start Mr. Miyagi and Malakama.
That is a 9,
Plus your spell attack modifier.
6.
So 15, that will hit. Roll damage.
1d10.
Yep.
That's right.
10.
I don't like that.
And this one,
Yes.
It could have easily been like.
you just blast him to pieces and you start to smell burnt dog hair just everywhere.
Okay, you guys, circle this with.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead, as the suggested, I'm gonna back up a little bit.
That will trigger an attack of opportunity.
So what that
Anytime you back up without saying disengage, it triggers an attack of opportunity. Unless they've already done that this round.
I'm gonna go ahead and going to use my thorn whip.
Okay. So roll hits. You, as you stretch out your sickle, it just extends into a viney blade. 18, and you whip it forward. Roll damage. Yeah, that's a D8. I don't think it hit the ground.
It didn't.
It went inside.
Wait, where?
Drop the die. we couldn't find it.
Oh, don't mind us.
We're just nerds.
My cape of wonder. You can have.
You've made a friend.
That's why I brought 2 bags, because usually one just disappears in a matter of minutes.
Okay, who brought the muffin? Cupcake.
Kira. These two.
Go ahead.
She wasn't gonna wait.
Okay.
I was just asking who brought it. I didn't ask.
Yeah, she already had it.
She wasn't asking permission.
Yeah.
I'm 3.
3. So
Oh my gosh.
you just whip the vine around his neck and just slam him into the ground.
Well, I saw.
Right? Bring us to his turn, and he will back up just a little bit. So you have an attack of opportunity against him.
Okay.
So you can throw him whip again if you like.
I got.
Okay, so roll the hit. Roll damage. Roll that D8 and double it.
3 again.
6. Okay. Now he's going to charge forward in fight, and this will cause some stuff that hits. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 15.
Okay. So he hits with a 21, and now you need to roll a strength saving throw.
Okay.
So roll d20 and add your 2. So you
That
are knocked
hurts.
prone, and he is standing on top of you.
That's a different show.
Remember in Lord of the Rings when the wolf was just like on him and just like crawling across the shield? That's pretty much what's happening right now, and you take an additional 2 damage from just the weight of him pushing into you.
Did you see that movie?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to say it.
Alright, cancel game night. We gotta watch the movie.
No, I've seen that.
Because I was going to say 13 ghosts with them.
Alright, bring us to Layla.
Oh, I kind of slowing down, but I can't use that spell because
She's
she's
right under him.
right there.
Is it a directed spell or an area spell? Like, what are you trying to use?
Thunder wave.
Yeah, that'll
She'll
hit.
get hit.
She will
Yeah.
get hit. As will that poor little guy right behind him.
Yeah. Oh. Go ahead.
The crossbow? Alright, roll the hit. Use your bonus action to stow your mace and draw your crossbow. Good boy.
Oh, God.
Good roll.
Natural one.
Oh, it hit my wings. I need a do-over.
I'll give you that since it did hit your
It
mace,
did.
so.
You guys saw. The camera
Alright,
saw.
roll again. Roll it again. You're one mulligan. Campaign.
Okay, 2.
So,
I'll take the 2.
just misses
That's fine.
by a lot.
At least he's not like jumping over both of us.
Hey, you.
Hey! Get over here. Oh yeah, he's got a cord fetish.
Alright.
Alright, so bring us to the lone surviving scouts. What are the 2 lone surviving scouts? Going to hit with a 17. So that's enough. Second attack. And so slices once and just lops off his tail. And which causes him to push off of you and turn around. He swipes at it again but completely misses. And it's to Tiral, who will throw caution to the wind to help his brother. And will attack twice with his short swords. First attack hits. Second attack hits. Okay. So far, you're
Okay. So if I flank
he
him
is looking really rough.
if I flank him from behind, I kind of want to use burning hands, but the problem is it's a 15-foot cone.
Are these the clean sheets that
Yes.
I asked you to?
Yes.
Clean sheets, so he doesn't buy
They're like $4 each. The sheets on the bed are clean. Was it for the couches?
Twin sheets?
Yes.
They're for my bed? No. He bought these for the couches. Because two of you are on the bed, and then one's in the couch on him.
So, I want to flank him from behind and use burning hands, but it's a 15-foot cone.
Right.
So if I were to use that, I'd probably singe the other two.
Yeah, you probably would.
Let him die on the move. Just
So a 15-foot cone would be so. Yeah, that would be like this. So if you're going to be right here, you can do it safely.
They were invited.
So you could get him without getting your compatriots.
Okay.
I would say you'll have to roll 2 hit to see how accurate you are.
Right, of course.
So roll
I roll
d20.
that one. we're all-
Normally you don't, but since there's a possibility of friendly fire, you have to roll a 10 or greater to be accurate.
like the move.
Okay, well this is probably going to be. Well,
You're good. Roll damage.
You're 1 by 2.
So is that a save or?
I got a 3d6 plus 1d6.
So it would be 3d6 because you're at first level. So 3 cubes.
Well, I was gonna get all the tickets, but Michelle said they wanted to do their own thing because.
How do you want to do
they
this?
could stay for 2 weeks. We're all staying for 2 weeks.
I want him to go out and epic
And,
blaze of glorious.
Okay.
Gonna split them.
Yes.
So you.
I want him to completely disintegrate.
So you
We need to
start rubbing your hands together faster and faster, and then just.
take the train. You wanted to go into London. That would be the last time.
Just- A mushroom cloud of burnt dog hair just rises up, and all that's left is 4 little footprints and some fangs.
It's awesome.
Okay.
And you don't take
And scene. Okay.
Not bad, but starting off almost
Two-
halfway dead.
two
Took out 3
people
people.
live. Bonus
So-
points?
As you collect yourselves and return to the road,
Rest yourself.
you, Toral, and Laszlo take the time to kind of bring the dead bodies over to the side of the road, bury them, give them some proper burial, and you slowly work your way back to.
That's a cliff. You're gonna just roll the bodies off a cliff.
No, I
that's-
go from here. It looks like it's dug out.
Yeah, let's just roll them and be done with it. Roll them.
I mean, if you know ancient Egyptian, they just bury their
Just keep
blood.
it up. This is death.
I mean, I can blow a couple holes in the cliff.
So as you continue on the road, you pass by a river flowing clear. There's blue winter sky through the valley. It's a very serene little area. And then the winds start to shift and the mists kind of break a little bit. And you see tall shapes looming out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. Muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. Tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for a mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. And that's where we're going to end our session. Good work, guys. Everybody is now at level 3.
Nice.
So I will update your character sheets and email them to you because I'm doing it.
And I finally have ink.
Okay, good.
I didn't know ink. It's like $50.
I bought black and color ink, and apparently my printer doesn't like to use the color cartridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's
I
racist.
will,
Yeah, great.
I will.
Because it's so racist.
You know me better than that.
You don't have to
I'll
get
message
any
you this,
added skill as
easy
going up to
here,
that
right?
point.
I
Okay, I
believe
will,
you will,
I have
but I
this
don't know.
cartridge, don't quote me on that, I don't know the actual name of it right now. But I had, refill cartridges for $15.
Be
So,
careful
like-
with the refill cartridges, especially with the more recent printers,
Uh-huh.
because when you use the refill cartridges, one, either the printer will recognize that it's a refill and either overuse it or not use it at all, or the refills, they kind of just refill it and throw it back out and leave effect and damage the print.
Okay, my printer's like 4 years old and it seems to do just fine with it. So, I mean, I don't use it to print pictures or anything, but I mean, I mainly use it just, for, my patterns and stuff. That's what I got it for.
You do not gain any features, but you do get access to second level spell slots.
Because I have one that I've had for, I don't know, I think I had Katrina.
You also get second level spell slots.
Okay, cool.
And the cleric,
Yeah, I had one printer since.
you also gain second level spell slots.
Hey, the only second level spell I get to use is Misty Step.
No, that's you already have that. I'll email you the
Yeah, I had
spell
one since
selection that you
Katrina.
can choose
Then I
from.
had
'Cause you
another
get-
one.
It's
Some
a
store was closing.
That's for
Some
wizards,
store was closing.
druids and
And
clerics have
my
access.
cousin
They
got it
can
for $1.
just automatically know them.
Yeah, and it looks like, it's
You
like
have-
that one.
yours is
Actually, it
hard.
looks
Oh, wow.
exactly like that. It's an HP, and I got it for $1.
Nice.
Store was
So
closing.
next week, no session because I will be in Florida on a conference.
So then we come back and it's D&D.
Aw, and I just got Friday.
So
No,
30th.
oh, not this game.
So-
Okay. I was thinking like, no.
So we will be on for the 30th for D.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
30th?
Yes.
The next weekend that he's gonna be in Florida is the weekend we just do a normal game.
Okay.
When he comes back, that following Friday is D&D.
So let me double check just make sure. Because I don't.
So,
I'm pretty sure I get back Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
And, can I change over to my cantrips?
Unfortunately, cantrips cannot be changed.
Okay.
Quick game, guys.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we tell the lovely people goodbye?
Oh yeah, good night, lovely people. Thanks for joining us.
You're better at
That's all I got.
Alright guys, that was another D&D session. We'll see you guys later. Bye!
I didn't want to get too much into the next setting because then it would just